Hi, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Michelle.
From Simple Life Homestead, and we are Homestead Homies currently in Akron, Ohio.
But we're going to be moving to Missouri soon.
And you're watching Off Grid with Doug and Stacy.
Oh, hey, what's up, Homestead homies? Appreciate all the intros. Keep sending them in. So today we're going to talk about something. I watch a lot of homestead channels. We did a video a while ago about fencing, but it was in the winter time, and I think some of it was overexposed. You know, the video camera had too much light coming in. It turned out fine, and I have a lot of good tips and tricks. As a matter of fact, I'll link it right here so you can check it out. But I don't hear anybody ever talking about fences on the homestead. So today, I'm going to tell you a story about what prompted this video. And it's kind of rainy today, kind of cold outside. There goes my spring fever. So yesterday I was out working on the garden area, and all of a sudden my horses perked up. Okay, all your animals on your homestead are great warning mechanisms, okay? They always notice when something's going on that's not right. So I was watching their behavior, and they perked up, their ears went up, and they were looking in a certain direction. And then they took off with their special little trot that they do, and that alerted me, and I knew something was wrong. So I started to follow them in what they were doing. And out on the road, lo and behold, was a pair of horses trotting about, totally free on the road in the farmer's field where they had just planted and just have their stuff coming up. And they were trampling through that, and then they were at the end of our fence, so our horses went down to check them out. And so here are two nice sized horses on the road, and that's a problem. Okay, now I'm not sure about your state, but in our state of Missouri, you are responsible for your livestock. So if you have a farmstead, a homestead, whatever, and you keep animals, it is your responsibility to keep them secure, right? So they do not get out on the roadway. And actually you can be sued if your animal gets out and it causes an accident. So I went all the way to the other end of our property, and I jumped the fence, and I shooed them back. I was pretty sure, I'd never seen the horses before, but I was pretty sure where they came from. I got them back over where they were, and then the owner took care of it from there. So I thought, man, this is a good opportunity while it's fresh on my mind to talk about fencing on the homestead. Okay, so one of the things you're going to want to do is walk your fence regularly, okay? We live in the Midwest, so it gets very cold here, and then it gets warm, so you'll have your freeze and your thaw. T-posts will rise up and down with the freeze and the thaw. So one thing you'll want to do is make sure that your T-posts are staying straight across level. If you see one that's too low or too high, you'll want to correct that. What you can get is called a fence post puller. You can get them at most farm stores, and that will enable you to hook onto the T-post if you need to and pull it up slightly up. What happens too is if you have large animals, cow or horses, they will actually stomp on the fence or something like that, and that'll actually drive the T-post down a little bit, and then that'll compromise your fencing. Also, you'll want to check your corner posts. These are some corner posts right here, and if you run barbed wire, you'll want to check the barbed wire as well. What happens is when the barbed wire is tight, sometimes it will cause a little bit of movement on your fence posts, especially your corner posts, just a little bit, and that just a little bit will allow this barbed wire to actually loosen up a little bit, making it basically ineffective on keeping predators or things out and keeping your animals in a secure location. One thing you'll be able to do too is if you do notice that your barbed wire needs to be tightened a little bit, because you want it to be very tight, okay? You'll have to undo it, and then they actually make a tightener. It's a ratcheting gadget that you hook onto there and you hook onto here. If I had some to do right now, I keep a close eye on my fencing, so we're in good shape. But basically, all you have to do is go again to your farm store, and you'll find this gadget. It'll hook onto here. You'll stretch it out, and then you'll rewind it around here, you know, just to make it tight, to tighten it up. So you want to check your corner posts and your T-posts all along your fencing. So again, basically what we're doing right now is we're just checking all the corners, we're checking the lines. You want to make sure that if you have 5 strands, which is very common of barbed wire, you want to make sure all 5 strands are tight. If you have the woven fence, you want to make sure that it's tight, there's no compromised areas. Double check your corner post if you use steeples, aka staples, to hold in your fencing. Then you'll want to make sure that all your steeples are still in place along your corner posts. So that's basically our PSA for all you homesteaders out there, to make sure that you're walking your fence at least every other day or every couple days. At a minimum, it would be like once a week, just to make sure that everything's fine. A lot of places, if you have a lot of acreage, you'll even have hunters that are snipping your barbed wire and sneaking through your fence to hunt on your property. So if you're keeping livestock and you want to keep everyone safe and be a good homesteader, make sure that you're walking your fences. Now I'm going to show you guys 3 tools that you're going to need for fencing and homesteading that you should invest in. The first up is the post hole driver. Okay, it's a nice heavy metal pipe with handles on it, and this is what you use to drive your T-post into the ground. So this is something that you're gonna wanna invest in for your homestead. Second up is the line stretcher. Basically, it has an area here where you put the one side of the wire on, and a area here where you put the other side of the wire on. And then you ratchet it together. Let's say if you have a break in your barbed wire, you'll ratchet this together and it'll pull the 2 lines together so you can secure them to make one long strand. Also, it can be used for stretching barbed wire. You just put it at the end of your corner post, you put your line through here, stretch it out, steeple it to the post, then you wrap it around and secure it. Another tool that you're going to want to get is a fence puller. This is it right here. You could get them at any farm store. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Now with the T-post puller, it's all about leverage. You have a handle, then you have a stump down here, a base. You want to get that up as close as you can to your T-post that you're going to pull on. It's going to make contact with the T-post and basically catch the nubs that are on the side of the T-post on the other side. And then you're going to push it down, just like pumping an old bicycle tire. And as you push it down, it's going to raise the T-post up. All right, we're back inside. It is kind of a misty, kind of a crazy rainy day. And you know, you should walk your fence even if it's raining out. Sometimes those are the best times to walk your fence because what will happen is, especially if you have water gaps, your water gaps could be compromised depending on the flow of the water. So it's always a good idea even to check when it's raining outside. So this is basically the Off-Grid with Doug and Stacy PSA video, public service announcement. We just want you guys to be safe out there. Even if you buy a property with existing fencing, you'll want to invest in those 3 tools so you can keep your maintenance up on your fence. Okay? If you guys got any questions, leave them down below. Don't forget, we're going to be at Baker Creek Seed Festival, Spring Seed Festival next week, Sunday, Monday. So make sure you guys, if you can make it there, that'll be a great time to get to meet Stacy and myself. Also, we'll be at the Homesteaders of America Conference October 14th in Virginia. We'll leave both of those links down below so you can see if it fits your schedule. As always, thanks for watching our videos, and we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. You might want to check out these videos.
And if you want to become a Homestead Homie, click the picture of us below.
We will see you tomorrow.